You're back. Have you come to let me go this time? Oh, thank you. Now Wait. Did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me. You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she? So that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. It's a shame, really. If you'd just done what you were supposed to, you'd have been looping through time forever until you gave up and killed yourself. Just like that soft-hearted pleb, Al. Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you were a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot with a golden arrow. The next time I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I'd have preferred if you'd given me more time to enjoy the trappings of my success. How many extra days did you give me? Just the 7? Not a lot compared with Al, but I've seized every day, nonetheless. In any case, there's no escape for you except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Better to end it all now than find out what awaits you beyond that portal. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it? Of course. There's no way you could have succeeded. Every soul who has ever found themselves here has broken the golden rule eventually. It is inevitable. Man will always sin sooner or later. Any idiot could tell you this. But where others might see tragedy, I saw opportunity. As I told you the first time we met, I found a way to cheat death. By reliving the same day over and over again forever. And I will continue living long after you're dust. Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. My title, my beautiful villa, the sun on my face, the music of birds chirping. And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again. For eternity. Don't you see? I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself? Do you really think you can take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bow? Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
The many shall suffer
I have his
for the
key.
sins
I
of
can
the
open the
one.
gate. Come on, we have to go. Hey, what's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al. Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Funny you should ask. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kinda rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina, freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, the only person to survive was Scintilla, while the stranger disappeared in a flash of light. What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago? I'm not sure I understand. I'm sorry, come again? Let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar? I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing, but I don't understand how I could have written it. I'm not following. So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this. I guess you saved my life then, as well as helping that poor woman to escape. That's a lot to take in. Maybe we can escape through the same aqueduct Scintilla used, if we can find it. I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple. You go on ahead. I'll be there soon.
You're back! But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al? Ah, what a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait? Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions. You can just call me Charon, if you like. I am sorry I was not completely honest with you when we first met. I do not enjoy deceiving people. Believe me, I do not. But I have learned, from 5,000 years of experience, that most people find comfort in familiarity, in gradual change, and coming to see the truth in their own time. That you died, of course. You were dead when I brought you here. My role, as the servant of the god of the underworld, has always been to assist the chosen to cross the threshold from the land of the living to the land of the dead. Usually, when people do not remember how they died, it is because they suffered a terrible trauma. Most souls would rather not remember. Ask yourself honestly, do you really want to know? As you wish. You were murdered. You were exploring an old tomb when you discovered a cache of forgotten relics, including 2 silver coins of ancient origin. Unfortunately, as you emerged into daylight, you were set upon by 2 thieves. A nearby hiker saw the scuffle break out and leapt to your aid, trying to help you recover your bounty. You both fought bravely, but your assailants were armed, and you were not. There was nothing you or your ally could have done. He died instantly at the scene, and you followed a few hours later. That man's name was Al Worth. You were each in possession of a sacred coin, called Charon's Opal by some, and so it was my duty to bring you here. Perhaps you have heard the tales of the Greeks and Romans burying their dead with a coin in their mouths to pay the ferryman for passage across the river. Well, those stories contained a seed of truth, but not any coin would do. A long time ago, my master created 1,000 silver coins and had me distribute them across the world. My orders were simple. Whenever a person died in possession of a coin, I was to locate them and ferry them here. That is a question you would have to ask him, if that were still possible, in light of the path you have chosen. I am just his servant, doing his bidding. Only now, I find myself bereft of purpose. You see, the coins on you and Al were the last of the 1,000 in existence. There is nobody else to ferry here, nobody to keep you company. After 5,000 years, the underworld has finally run its course. I see no point in keeping you here, but I have to ask one thing, that you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Al! It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with the help of, well, my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That woman. I don't suppose her name was Scintilla?
How could you... What?
She left a tablet of her own. I stumbled across it while I was waiting here. I think she meant for you to read it. Here, take a look.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but I want you to know that I will never forget you, or what you did for me. It pains me that so many dear friends were not so fortunate. Ulpius, Cynthia, Lucretia, Horatius, Galerius, poor Dooley, and the others. But please understand, their blood is on my hands, not yours. I will live with the consequences of my actions, and all I can do is move forward, trying to show others the same compassion you showed me. I promise you that saving my life will not be for nothing. Scintilla.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear your story, but first, you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Mario. Whatever.
Citizen, we're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know? I must have... Is that a... Seems rather brash, but... Me? What are you talking about? You know, you remind me of him. Al Worth. The fellow who came through the portal before you. Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking he was a moralist, and because of that, I watched. And when he the next time I awoke, you've lived through the day 8 times? Most. And yet everything you've done has been all those people you murdered, thinking you were, because there's no escape. Except, so, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached, and as long as this day, I have And why would I agree to that? Oh, you and your pathetic morality. Nobody cares about your opinions or what happened. Understand that, to me, you've never... You might want to think that through. If anyone so much as touches me, everyone dies. The only way you're getting this key. And if I die, you see, it was my actions that brought you to this point in time. So if you kill me, you'll stop me from doing so. And that means if I die, you'll be flung back to your original time, having caused the deaths of everyone here. I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever until you wither and die like Al did, and... What are you going to do? Beg the gods for help? They don't care about you, and neither. Now, get out of my villa. I'm bored with you. I thought I told you to get out of my villa. I'm bored.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh. Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al. Well, here I am. Funny, I was described, and it's... I didn't for one moment think it was, but the way you say that makes me wonder. I mean, how many people... I don't understand how you could have been... Oh, God.
A mistake? You murdered a man in cold blood, and now there's a city full of dead people. And it's only a matter of time before we join them.
I guess all those old Latin inscriptions were right. Pro peccata unius multis dolabunt. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
So you survived the system. Probably just a stroke of fortune.
Citizen, I think it's best if I hang on to it. You mean to ask, why am I unwilling to trust a newly arrived non-citizen with access to our water supply, the lifeblood of this city? I'm sorry, but that is simply out of the question. And I'm beginning to wonder if the culprit we're looking for might, after all this, be you. Perhaps it was a mistake on my part to place so much trust in you. I'm glad to hear that. Now, was there something else? You mean Duilius? Releasing him is out of the question, I'm afraid. That man is a liability we simply cannot afford. Perhaps you're not aware he was caught multiple times, sneaking around in places he should not have been. Look, I can see where you're going with this. You think me cruel. I assure you that is not the case. You may not be aware of this, but it was not so long ago, during the Republic. The law of the 12 tables would have required that he be killed as soon as he was born, owing to his deformities. Here we see to it that he has food, water, and shelter, and most importantly, he is able to continue living. A privilege that would be taken away from all of us were he to be released and commit the crime of trespass. The man has no self-discipline, poor comprehension of what is going on around him, and is an incorrigible rule-breaker. I will not jeopardize the lives of my people so that one man can go free. Now, was there something else? Of course, what is it? Well, if you stopped one person from breaking it and you're still here, then there must be someone else about to break it still. Allow me to explain. When I discovered the ritual to Proserpina, the instructions came with a warning about paradoxes. The crux of it is this. If you do anything to change the course of history in such a way that your very being here is impossible, you will have created a paradox. To illustrate, when the golden rule is broken, I will open the doorway that will bring you here to prevent it from being broken. If you manage to succeed in saving our lives, then I will have no reason to open the doorway, and you will never have come here. A paradox. You see? The same thing would happen if you, say, inadvertently, allowed me to die. If I can't summon you, then you can't be here, obviously. If either of those things were to happen, I am given to understand you would be flung back to your original time, having changed the course of history for us and yourself. So the fact that you are still here means someone is going to break the golden rule, and there is yet work to do. Understand? Excellent. So it looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Now, was there anything else you wanted to ask? Ask then. And I'm glad you would. I have made my... Unfortunately, there are... I would be keeping a close eye on... You see, in my a pointless... Please, tell me, in your time. Lie all you want, but I see the truth in your eye. Well, Good. Of... Yeah. Why then did you say... it looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Thank you. Ah, you've returned. Why do you say that? Despicable, but did it break the golden rule? Then it seems the gods are not concerned with her conduct, so it looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Of course, what is it? Yeah? Why do you say that? Indeed, that is abhorrent. And even if doing so hasn't directly broken the golden rule, it's not difficult to imagine this behavior provoking someone to theft or violence. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, but before we proceed, I must ask, are you sure he's the one? Ah, I see. In that case, it looks like you'll have to continue. Of course. Why do you say... When you say he asked for help, you're not thinking of helping him, are you? Good. But still, he's been trying to enlist help with this for months. Even if you don't help him, it's only a matter of time before he becomes desperate enough to do it himself. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, but before we proceed, I must... Ah, it looks like you'll have to continue. Of course. Why do you say that? So I'm told. This is truly atrocious behavior, which undermines the very foundations of our democracy. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, but before we proceed... Ah, it looks like you're... Of... Why do you say that? You managed to extract all that from him. Well done. And I have noticed his contemptuous stares, but I had no idea he was so dangerous. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Yeah. Gods! Doesn't he know it's a capital crime for her to become romantically involved? Not to mention a terrible affront to the gods. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, but before we proceed... Ah, it... Oh. Why do you say that? Well then, you'd better make sure she doesn't lose another patient, hadn't you? Whatever it takes, do it. It looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Now, was there anything... Of course. Why do you say that? You seem to be grasping at straws here. I can assure you, she is most upset about her sister. It looks like you'll have to continue your... Yeah. Why do you say that? Then you'd better find a way to make him back down, hadn't you? I'm quite sure you're capable of containing... Good, thank you. Of course. Yeah. Why do you say that? You suspect. I confess, I don't have a lot of sympathy for Ulpius, but you're going to need a lot more than suspicion to get to the bottom of this. It looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Now, was there anything else you wanted to ask? Of course, what is... Why do you say that? Why? Because he prefers the company of men? Ridiculous. Romans have always been tolerant of such predilections. I simply cannot believe that his innate preferences would break the golden rule. If I were you, I'd be looking for whichever idiot is making those accusations. It looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Now, was there any... Oh. Why do you say... What? I can't... Good.
Thank you. I am delighted and indeed honored to have been elected to your magistrate. Thank you. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. And now.
I'm not supposed... I should... This is outrageous. Why are you... My marital...
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want? My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else. You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different-coloured eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more. Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish. That's quite all right. We all make mistakes. Look, if I had a Roman plaque in my possession, I'd be happy to sell it to you, but I don't, so I can't. Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win? You fool.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Don't... How? Nonsense! I don't know how you know about my... And now, I'm going to enjoy watching Tim... Now, get up! You fool.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
You said it was all a hoax.
Salve, friend. What? That's a big ask. But something tells me you're not kidding. But I doubt I'll be able to gather more. Sal? Oh. Poor Virgil. Poor... You? Alright. I'll...
You, Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone.
On your best behavior, I trust?
Ugh, this place has become a... Ugh, I wish Horatius... Oh, you heard about her disappearance? What? Really? I swear, I searched her room top to bottom, but it's odd. It was only a few months ago that you should go... Oh, look, you're back. Oh, really? That commoner in debt bondage next door thought he could win. I can see why she worked so hard to keep it a secret. Oh, I see. Well, it was worth a try. Thank you. Oh. What are you doing in here? Hi. Thank you.
We're finally... Of course. Yes? Why do you say... What? That's... Well then, you must stop him from winning the elect... I can't be seen to be involved in this, of course, so you'd better not waste any time. And Meswada... You mean to say you've tried every non-lethal measure you can? Well then, in that case, as much as it pains me to do, as magistrate, I don't believe... Thank you. Please act quickly before...
Oh, don't mind me. I just live here.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone... You f...
The many shall...
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been...
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and...
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
The 49 melodies fetch again.
All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm. Magistrate's orders. What is it, citizen? All right.
We're finally alone. Is Of course. What? You mean? Well then, in that case, any way you can. I would think that bow you're carrying. I don't believe so, no. So now you're an then perhaps you would prefer the feeling of being responsible. Now is not the time for cowardice in the guise of philosophical introspection. Now very well. It looks like you'll have to continue your
Oh, another one fresh out of the baths, I take it.
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you? Nobody's told you one anyway. Good idea.
You. We. What? I hate you. I spit on you.
Thea is
Are they?
of a degenerate